Ladies and gentlemen, I think unfortunately it seems like the day is here. It's been like a month of about green only. As you could see, even in the past week, we're still up. But in the past 24 hours, there has been a significant amount of selling in the CS market. Is this, hey, my Dragon Lord self, is this the top in the CS market? Can things rebound? Let's cover everything today. Well, here's what I want to start with cases. And I said a part of the reason why skins have gone up in price is because cases have gone up so much in price and there's so much demand for them. On the Steam market, we're starting to see that it seems like a lot of cases have reached their top and are really in a downtrend right now. So to me, that kind of signals the top. This was all going on about 3 days ago, and we still had a bit of green for, I guess, May 5th and May 6th, but going into May 7th, we are starting to see a significant amount of red. Now, obviously, things are still up a ridiculous amount in the past 7 days, 30 days, and 60 days. But one thing I wanted to cover is, and what you should be looking at most importantly, is the past 7 days. Anybody that's pretty much bought any skin, I know these are an exception, but I mean, obviously everything else is green, and I could go back to the first page. I'm sure everything else, yeah, everything else is green in the past week. Anybody that's bought essentially anything in the market in the past week or longer is up an insane amount of money. Now, obviously, people are starting to take profits off of this, and I think we're gonna see more profit taking. 50% in the M4 Hot Rod in the past week, 50% in superconductors in the past week. You can look at cases and say, sure, they've gone up a lot of money, but with that much returns in such a short period of time, we're going to see a significant amount of people taking profit, myself included. And just to really show you guys that I did take profit, I've got $3,600 sitting in my skin.land balance here. I might sell more. I probably should sell this blaze because it's gone up so much in price. I should probably sell a couple knives as well, but just to show you guys transactions here. Yeah, just this morning sold this for $3,600. I also sold Dreams and Nightmares case. Yeah, I don't want to say the market's going to completely drop back to levels it was at before, but me personally, I'm legitimately up well over 100% on my Karambit Doppler. Even with this 10% drop, I don't mind selling, and I would say the same with you guys. Like, if you're up 100% on a skin, I don't necessarily need this money for anything else, but if anything, I'm confident that at some point in the next few months, I'll be able to buy back cheaper. There is so much, I don't know if discrepancy is the right word, but such a different amount in prices across different markets that, once again, I sold this for like $3,600. I can go on CS Money Market and buy another one for $3,300 right now with this money that I just insta-sold it for on Skin.land, by the way. And they also sponsored this video, so let me cover that. If you want to buy skins or cash out your skins instantly at a great price, check out skin.land, where you could also get a free $10 bonus on your first sale. Skin.land is a site I use to insta-sell skins myself. They offer incredible prices, and the process is very easy. Just make sure to click that link at the top of the description for your $10 bonus, or enter code CHF on the site. Then go to your profile and enter your trade URL, and you're all ready to sell and buy. Then select the skins you want to cash out instantly. Just click the skins you want to sell, select your payment method, either crypto or various bank transfer methods if you're in Europe, then just confirm the trade the bot sends you on Steam instantly, and you're done. The entire process only takes around 5 minutes max, and receiving the money typically doesn't take more than 20 minutes for crypto. For bank transfers, it might take a few business days though. You can also buy skins for 30% cheaper than the Steam market value on Skin.land as well. They have a ton of deposit methods, so whether you're looking to buy or sell, check them out with that link at the top of the description and get your $10 bonus today. So obviously, there's just so many ways you should be taking some profit at least. I hate to say it, I don't want to seem like I'm the person crashing the market. Obviously, I don't hold that much power, but you should be taking profit when things are up this much in price. I do think we're going to see a significant pullback from this still. I think things are still up too much in price, maybe like a 30% drop across the board, like to wipe out the past month worth of gains. And even then, that wouldn't even significantly hurt everything because a lot of things are just up too much. I should also cover, I think high tiers for the most part are going to remain a lot more expensive than they were previously. high tier skins just don't move around that much in price, and I think they're going to be good long term holds. As you can see with the field tested Dragon Lord pretty much being the only thing that's up today, slightly, but it is still up. These rare skins have just so much demand that I'm always going to be a big fan of them, even after massive hype spikes like this. If you still want to own skins, I would say maybe get rid of the stuff that's gone up 110% in the past 2 months and maybe move into something like a high tier. Me personally, I like the Dragon Lord, not to, glaze my own skins and manipulate the price, but Wild Lotuses to me, they're too expensive, but stuff like Howls, lower condition, maybe like an Op Prince or something, lower condition Gungnir, not factory new. I tend to stay away from stuff like that and stick with the cheaper stuff. Cheaper, field tested Dragon Lord is 8 grand, but I wouldn't buy anything like a Pandora's Box or something right now, or even a Gold Arabesque, because they've gone up so much in price. I actually tried to get a Howl in field tested a few days ago. Let me show you guys this too. I covered this in another video, but I tried to get a Howl from Zippo, and he didn't accept my trade, and I think I would lost a significant amount of money on it because I was giving him $2, which went up like 30% since I offered the trade. So, me personally, right now I would just be selling, taking profit. You don't need to sell your whole inventory, but just take some profit, be safe, actually realize those profits, because it's not very often, it's actually never we've seen anything like this in the CS market before. So you might as well be safe and do that. And I know what some of you are probably thinking, oh, just wait for the market to rebound. Oh, it'll have another plus 10% day soon. I wouldn't be too sure about that. Whenever you see results like this in the market, and I'll actually go back on the Steam market and show you guys essentially the first time that this happened with the CS2 hype, these are quick moves. Like the glove case, for example, when it peaked recently, it peaked at $30 for essentially an hour, and then it just dropped. It dropped $10. So these are very quick moves. Don't be upset that you didn't catch the exact $1 1 cent top, because if you're still only down like 5% today, you're still up like 40% at least in the past month in most skins. And the glove case doesn't actually show what I'm trying to emphasize that well. I guess I could go to like the clutch case, for example. I'll also show this example in some skins as well. The clutch case also holding up very well. And I don't know. I think it will. I think the case, I don't want to say it's undervalued, but compared to the rest of the market, it's still a relatively cheap case to unbox. But previously, when we first saw the first CS2 hype, we just saw parabolic, just completely parabolic, 33 cents to $1.67 in just a few months. We're kind of starting to see that, and why I said I would sell if this thing gets back to like $1.67. I'm not going to sell any of my clutch cases yet, but whenever you see stuff like this in the market, expect pullbacks. And the clutch case did a full retracement, but it's a case with a lot of supply for skins. And let me try to think of a good example of this. I think the Gold Arabesque originally, I don't know if this chart goes back all the way to the initial CS2 hype. You can kind of see it. Like, this is the initial CS2 hype. I wish it went back further, but you could see, like, this thing went from very cheap. It was very cheap before this, and this was essentially the peak of the CS2 hype, and it dropped to essentially half of the price it was at peak. I think there's a lot more demand now, but obviously this looks pretty similar. Reached the peak, it's already down $400 from peak, so you'd much rather be selling here, and hopefully you bought somewhere in here, and at least getting some profits, because I do think this thing could very easily come down to like 2,200. Conservatively, I think that's like a fair level it could come down to, if not well below 2 grand, and that's obviously the case with a lot of different skins and items in the game. Another example, wow, this is actually insane. Just to show you guys like the CS2 hype, for example, I said in a couple videos ago that I think we could very well see a slow bleed out, as once again, when you have so many people in profit, people are just going to want to take those profits at one point or another. Obviously, not everybody could take profits at the peak, but when you start seeing selling off like this, it could very easily lead to extended selling over a long period of time. We saw this with the Karambit fade and essentially the rest of the market, like the Gold Arabesque, where I just showed you after the CS2 hype. Got to $3,200, slow bleed out, bleed out, bleed out, bleed out for months upon months, dropped all the way to 2 grand, consolidated for essentially what, like 2 years? Not quite 2 years. 1 full year in a couple months, and then just blew up in price. So if you're not taking profit here, you're pretty much admitting that you're not owning CS skins to make money, which is fine. If you just want to not make money, that's chill, but you should be taking profits. This is the most obvious profit taking chart ever at this point, and it does look like we recently at the top. Even if we didn't, you're up well over 100% in just like 5 months, so you might as well take profit. But I think that's going to wrap it up for this one. I think I did emphasize my points enough. I'm probably going to be selling some more skins. I really don't expect the market to rebound from here. There's no reason to be greedy, even if it does. Just more room to take profit, I guess. But that's going to wrap it up for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Check out Skin.land as well to instantly sell your skins. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.